It's Kevin Magpie 24/7, and I hope you're all good. So, Newcastle draw castle, whatever you want to call it, that continued yesterday in a 1-1 draw with Bournemouth in the Eddie Howe derby. Um, yeah, I think it's a couple of times I've said this now, but it seems to be a common theme in the last couple of games. Since the World Cup, we just haven't looked as fluent as would like to be on the attack. Obviously, with defensively, we've been very good because we still haven't lost since we came back from the World Cup in the league. We obviously got beat Sheffield before I get corrected. But yeah, in terms of going forward, this was a dreadful game to watch. We're definitely missing Bruno. We've been without him for 5 games this season, 4 draws and 1 loss. Without him, and then with him, we've won 10 and drew 7, and not lost. So it just shows how vital Bruno Guimaraes is in the team. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, the first half I thought we deserved to go in 1-0 down, to be honest, because obviously Bournemouth got that goal sent to for with a well worked set piece. To be fair, leaves them with a tap in, and they deserved the lead. To be fair, but I know the pundits and especially the commentator, fucking Bournemouth fan TV, commentating the game yesterday, Don Goodman, my cunt. But anyway, it just I know they were praising Bournemouth a lot, but they were shite. They were absolutely awful. And if a Bournemouth fan's watching this, it's no disrespect to you. I hope you stay up. I wish you well for the rest of the season. But I didn't think they were there yesterday. I just didn't think they played well at all. We were worse. Don't get us wrong. We were terrible. We had no presence in the midfield. We made Philip Billing look like an inform and Golo Conte. He was everywhere. He was just taking possession any way he wanted to, in any position he wanted to. We just had no presence in the midfield. And to be fair to them, Billing played well in the middle. His name does evade us, so the defensive midfielder that they've got, Jefferson Lerma, that's him. They played well to contain Newcastle's midfield. The only time they didn't was when we scored a goal, and it was kept in by Maxi from a wayward pass, and Sean Longstaff makes a brilliant run into the middle. In all these games where we've needed something like that, just a drive and run in the middle from one of the midfielders. I guarantee if that was more of a thing, if Joe Willock or Joe Linton or Sean Longstaff made that kind of run deep into the box, you'd cause a lot more problems, because that happened once yesterday and we managed to get a goal from it. So I think against teams that are at the lower end of the league and we struggle to break them down, we need them runs in from the midfielders, because it worked a treat. And Sean Longstaff made that run, forced a save from the goalkeeper, and obviously Miguel Almiron taps in for his 10th goal of the season, which was an amazing return for Miguel Almiron, given his previous seasons where he might score 2 or 3 in an entire season. So to have 10 is quite amazing. But we did pick up a couple of injuries as well. Joe Willock, who looked off the pace before he got injured, obviously he went off. Miggy went off because he got his hand trotted on, and I think he had a bit of a knock as well. I'm not sure. Callum Wilson didn't feature because of a minor hamstring injury before the game. Howe did say it was only one game he was going to be out, but obviously with Wilson you just don't know. So hopefully he's back fit, because obviously we've loaned Chris Wood out, so we don't have a backup striker outside of Isak if Wilson gets injured. So yeah, a couple of injuries to look out for, but yeah, it was a frustrating game, and towards the end, the clearance from Kieran Trippier was brilliant. A brilliant bit of defending. I honestly thought it was a goal. Thought it was in the net. I seen that in live time. So obviously the way the TV camera was, it looked like the ball was in the net, but they've showed it back and it didn't cross the line. It was a great bit of defending from Kieran Trippier. But we'll hang on. We'll get a point, and it's another one of them. It's just like we didn't have enough quality to win the game, and it's clear we can't win a game of football for Bruno. He's that instrumental to the team of dictating play, getting the ball up the pitch. He just seems to be so important to to the team. So obviously we won't have him for Liverpool next week, which I think he'll be a massive miss for, given how strong Liverpool's midfield can be. But obviously we'll have him back for Wembley, which is fantastic. So yeah, but get your comments in. Actually, before I wrap up the video, there is one massive thing I take away from the game. It's more of a heartwarming kind of thing, because obviously the stuff in Turkey and Turkey/Syria, because I know it's on the border with the earthquake, and obviously with what's happened with Christian Atsu and stuff in recent days, and the reports of whether he's been found or not. Um, and the search goes on. So just to hear Christian Atsu's song from when he played for Newcastle for a good 15-20 minutes of the first half from the away end was lush to see, and hear that. So you know, like, me thoughts go with the families who've suffered, and to Christian Atsu and his family as well. But yeah, I thought that was just that would have been like that's a like way to end the video, from a because obviously it's more than football what's going on over there, and yeah, just to hear that was nice. But yeah, it's another point on the road. I suppose you take them and move on, but like, yeah, it was just a frustrating one yesterday. But get your comments in. Let us know how you felt about the game. Who was your man of the match? I'm going to give mine to either Joe Linton or Anthony Gordon. I thought Gordon had a bit of grit about him, a bit of quality about him, and I'd like to see him start next week as well. I think Maxi will get given the start again, because Howe's talked about how he's needing a run in the team and stuff like that. So yeah, for me, it'll be Maxi that they go with, but I'd like to see Gordon start, because he's got that bit of grit, and that he's got fight. Fair play to him. Like, he's gonna fit in this Eddie Howe team, I can just tell. Um, but yeah, leave your comments in. Let us know how you feel, and yeah, catch us on the next one, everyone. See you later.